Yes, it is a happy Wednesday indeed, Angel. Angel Regina, what's going on with you guys? Have to get my your ad here together. Pardon me. It's important. Oh crap, hold on. See my terrible last minute sticker job. It's not great. I had to fix it. Anyway, what is happening? Thanks for joining me. Another episode of Pol-I-Tics. Uh man, politics is crazy, ain't it? It's always something going on. 30 minutes, so I guess we can get right into it. If you guys got anything you guys want to talk about or anything that you know about politics wise, be sure to just throw it out. I'll put it up there on the screen and we can definitely talk about it. Let's get the old news out of the way first. So finally, we got the numbers back from election day last month, almost a month ago exactly. In April when we had our big Tuesday election. Man, wait till y'all hear these numbers. So it's roughly about 7.7 million people in Ohio. Well, I didn't want to say that. 7.7 registered voters. Would anybody like to take a guess at how many people voted in the election last month? Total number. I do one better. You can vote. You can vote a percentage, or you can vote an actual number. Because I want to know what you guys think. Yeah, I'm interested. I'll give y'all a minute to throw something out there. Andrew said under a mil. No. Over a million for sure. Over a million for sure. That's all I can say. And I feel like we should play over or under. Definitely under 2 million, Regina. But you guys are definitely ballpark, so I'll give it to you. 1.76, excuse me, million people voted. That's it. 1.76 million people out of 7.77 registered voters. That's 22%. Andrew said it's less than 3.5, so less than half. Yeah, it's 22% of registered voters actually went out and voted. I think it's like 22.1 or something like that, but super low. Then even Andrew said, "Wow, so do you focus on those who don't vote or those that do?" At this point, I don't know. I definitely don't know. To this day, or I'm sorry, as of last week, there were still 200,000 absentee voters or absentee ballots that hadn't been counted. I forgot the term for it. It's not in limbo, but I don't know. It's a term for it, but I forgot what it is. 200,000 of them haven't been added to that total. But even still, even when you still add it to that, that's like 1.93 million people. And that's still under 26%. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like that make the number go up dramatically. So even if you add those in there, only 20%, I'm sorry, 26% of the registered voters in the state of Ohio, the entire state, it's like Cuyahoga or Franklin or Tuscarawas or Coshocton or Lake. You know what I'm saying? Like this, we're talking about the entire state of Ohio. 26% at the most. That's the absolute max number it could be. 26% of people. That's ridiculous. I don't even know what to say about that. So to Andrew's question, she said, "Do we focus on those who don't vote or those that do?" I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't know if you vote on the people. I'm sorry. You focus on the people that are registered but didn't go vote. Like maybe if you actually get them to go to the polls, then they can make a difference. Or do you focus on? I don't know. I really don't know. This is I don't know. Like I expected the numbers to be low. The coronavirus stuff and it's hard to get people to sign up for absentee and all that stuff. And it's not a like a presidential election, so I already expect for the numbers to be low. But no way I would expect that under 2 million people for the entire state. I don't know, man. I really wish I had an answer. I'm assuming you focus on. I don't know. I'm assuming you focus on the people that are registered already, because just because you registered, that don't mean you're gonna follow through and actually go vote on the voting day. So maybe just focus on the people that's already registered. I don't know. That's a real that's a real dilemma, whatever. But so what's even more than that for me is, or was what was also surprising for me is that Ohio got roughly 11 some change. Let's say 11.7 million people population wise. So that's still 4 million people that's not registered to vote. I get it. That's counting, minors and young people. That's a total population. So I get it'll be a big number, but I don't know. Is it 4 million people that are like under 18 that's like not able to vote? I don't know. Maybe it is. But I find that to be I don't know, kind of shocking, I guess. Virginia said it's not like people could go door to door with social distancing going on. Yeah, I agree with that. But even without that, though, I don't know how many people was like, even for like census workers, when they walk around and they, go to people's homes to take the census. Even with that, I don't see a bunch of people. I don't see a bunch of people saying like, being welcoming and saying, "Oh yeah, come count," and this how many people we got and this and that. It might be, I don't know, but I don't remember it being super, uh, like. And I know now you can do the census online and stuff, but even when you did have people going to people's homes, people wasn't really receptive. Like I would think, or like you would think they could be or would be. So even if that was an option, I don't know how well that would work. Um, and then, I mean, like I said, even getting people to register, so you register them in June and July, and then what about November? They go like, oh, you register them, so they just sign the paper or just type in their address into the computer, and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so do you double back in November? Like, hey, remember you registered, or whatever. Don't forget to get out and vote. When I'm pretty sure, like, there's no way you can not know with everything you watch on TV or YouTube. It's always like election um, advertisements, and they sending mailers to your home. So it ain't like you don't know, you know what I'm saying? But people just don't get out and do it, and it just doesn't make any sense to me, man. It just doesn't make sense. Andrew said nobody wants people knocking on the door. That's also true. Like somebody came and if I was cooking or if I was doing nothing, absolutely nothing, somebody just randomly knocking my door, probably wouldn't answer. I just, I don't like people just popping up, so I get it. He just said, I hate when anyone comes to my door unless it's a delivery man. Of course you would. Spoken like a true shopper. Virginia said, I agree. Virginia said, my aunt said West Virginia has only turned in 20% of their census. They're going to lose funding or something. Yeah, so that's why the census is important. And and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm starting to have my doubts on all this stuff. It's hard to stay motivated and I don't know, doing the right thing, like just constantly, not just in general in life, but like as far as with politics and not this show because it's somebody she like doing, but just everything else, like trying to reach out to people that don't listen or just don't care. Like it's tough to just keep it up. Like, it's tough to keep going. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about the census allegedly is the more people that you got in the area, and then the more money they send to that area for resources. So if everybody in the inner city did their census properly, or even let's say they overestimated, saying how many people that they have, the government will be forced allegedly to send them more money for resources, to make sure that they have programs for kids, to make sure that they have law enforcement, like just more funding to the area. But people don't do the census, so that's what I'm saying. Like, so whether it's anything to do with the government, like if you're not active or engaged in some sort of way, then like you can't complain like when it don't go your way, or when stuff not happening the way you want it to, or when you can't just hope that something's gonna happen, because clearly it haven't ever been like that. It never worked like that ever. So for people not to do nothing but then still want something to change, like I don't know what to tell you. Like, you don't want to go vote, you don't want to do your census, you don't want to participate. I don't know. Like, I just it's tough to complain when you're not doing nothing to affect anything. Like, there's nothing. Yeah, I don't know, man. So what else? What else is old news? That's super old news. Donald Trump is crazy. That's old news. He's talking about, I think Monday. Today's Wednesday, so Monday he came out and said that he's taking that hydroxychloroquine, that medicine that's used for like lupus and stuff. What an idiot, man. Angel said Angel said don't want to wear a mask. LOL kids. Oh yeah, it's annoying. But no, so Trump said he's taking lupus medicine that, first off, like I told people a long time ago, he's pushing this medicine. He owns stock in the company, or he got some kind of connection with the company that makes that drug. So I think that's why he's pushing it. I said it a long time ago. And yeah, I don't know. He's taking hydroxychloroquine as a precaution. Like, he said he's taking it and it helps him not get the coronavirus. And it's a bunch of people that's saying, or he said, I got a lot of reports from the front lines, that they're taking hydroxychloroquine and is having great results and this and that, even though everybody around him says that that's not true. Even though the lead medical specialist, infectious disease specialist, said that's not true. I don't know. He's just a liar and an idiot, and also he's such so much of a liar that no one even knows if he's really taking this stuff or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could really just be lying about it. You know what I'm saying? Just to get other people, all of his flock of sheep to to go out and buy the drug, or request the drug or whatever. which ultimately can end up hurting you. Like everybody knows, if you taking prescription drugs that's not meant for whatever your ailment is, then it can end up hurting you and be worse for you, uh, including like heart defects and I seen people making fun of them because like one of the side effects like severe diarrhea and like just all this stuff, man. Like, and this is what he's telling his people to go do. So much to the point, like it's so ridiculous to the point where even Fox News and everybody knows that Fox News pretty much work for Donald Trump, and Donald Trump does whatever Fox News tell him to do. Even one, and I mean one of their guys came out like, look, don't take hydroxychloroquine just because he said it. Like, don't do this if you don't have lupus. Don't do this if you don't have, and it's like something else that it treats or whatever. Malaria, maybe. I want to say it's malaria. Like, don't, like, one person had the balls to say, don't do this. I don't care what this president say. Don't do this because it will kill you, because that's how prescription medicine work. Does not prescribe for you. It's stupid, man. Regina said he could be injecting saline for him. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like he's just a big liar. So you can't tell if he's telling the truth, even about something as stupid as this. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I don't know. It just don't make sense to me. Such a bad leader, man. Just in general. Andrew said, "Gee, let's vote for him." Yeah, right, right. Let's go. Let's vote for the guy that's lying so much that we don't know if he's telling the truth or not. That's the guy we want to vote for sure. He's the one. He's the guy that is. That's our winner. That's our champion right there. What a a-hole, man. Regina said, and I'm gonna put it on the screen. Regina said, severe diarrhea. Where do I sign up? I don't know. Just reach out to 45. I'm sure he has a pipeline for you. He'll be able to get it to you with no pharmacy fees. I promise. Let me see what else. For those of you that didn't see the Barack Obama commencement speech, you should probably go watch it. Maybe remember, what a real president sounds like. Or just a leader, like, not saying what he did was perfect. Everything he did was perfect, but just an actual leader sounds like. And, I was super impressed. I don't care about the commencement part because, whatever stuff happens or whatever, but for sure. And during that, he took jabs at Trump, talking about how some people not even pretending to be leaders and he's just out here winging it. And, you see what kind of change you can do. You guys, like, you see why, one of the reasons why you guys don't have a graduation in the ceremony right now. So, most of y'all about to be 18, so go vote in November. You kind of use that as a springboard, which I think is great. It's a great thing to do to kind of transition to, hey, he's the reason why y'all don't have a graduation and stuff, so y'all should probably do something about it. And hopefully they take his advice. Angel, I'm gonna get to your comment in 1 second. Just last thing on Barack and Trump. Trump also said that he is refusing to unveil the White House photo of Barack Obama. He's refusing to do it. He's refusing to do it. And I think they said in 100 years, everybody has done it for the last 100 years. If Trump don't do it like he's saying he won't, he'll be the first president to ever not do like a photo unveiling of the president that he took over for. He's dickish enough to do it, so that's probably what's going to end up happening. Angel said, "Are we getting a second stimulus check?" And Regina definitely co-signed. I don't know. I'm not in Congress. I can tell you that the one that they just passed is most similar to the one that passed before. But this is the fourth one that they've passed in the House. Um, the last two, just the fourth one that they've passed total. So one got approved, of course. Um, the last two has been not approved by the Senate, and then this last one from a couple of days ago, Friday, I believe, was approved in the House and sent over to the Senate, and we haven't heard nothing yet. But it's similar to the one that got approved, so there is a chance. There's a good chance to get stimulus checks. I think it's another $1,200 payment. Like it was like 2 grand for the next couple of months, and then it was like 5 grand for the rest of the year or something. Like both of those got shot down right away. But this last one that got approved on Friday was like I said, very close to the one that got approved. So it's a chance, but this is the Senate that we're talking about, and I mean they'll kill stuff just because, like, just on arrival they'll kill it. It's always a shot though. I wouldn't put it past. Uh, Erica said racist. Trump is a racist. Trump is a racist. I'm not sure what part you jumped in on, Erica. But yeah, he racist. I can't argue with you a bit. Regina said he's such an ass. If he doesn't pass on the traditional pitcher, it's just such a dickish move, man. Like it's a pitcher. Like, it's a pitcher. I get it though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you imagine like walking through your house and most presidents disagree. I'm sure George Bush and Clinton disagreed on some stuff, most stuff maybe. I'm sure that Barack wasn't a huge fan of George W. Like Trump really like he's racist that way. Like I think he really hates Barack Obama, man. He hates that. Like he hates him. He hates that he's successful. He hates that he's younger. Like he hates that he's more popular and all this stuff. Like he hates that dude, man. Like he hates him for real. So I think it's one thing if you can imagine walking through, saying like your timeshare or something with like man, that Thomas Jefferson. Never was a fan of Thomas Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? But you don't hate Thomas Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you imagine walking through somewhere through your timeshare or something? It's like your worst enemy, like your worst enemy. This is right there. I kind of get it, you know what I'm saying, but it is still a dick move for sure. Erica said it's going to go up. Yes, and it's going to go up eventually anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Trump hates that nigga, man. And he only got, this is May. We're towards the end of May, right? So only got what, a couple more months, and then potentially he's gonna be out of here anyway. So 6 more months. You know what I'm saying? You get the election and then he finish out for another 2 months. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what the big deal is. I said another 2 months, another month. Angel said, yeah, respect it for sure. Regina said he hates him. Best Obama is the president he'll never be. Yes, all of that, man. Like he really hates him. It's one thing, like I said, to not like somebody or not get along. But like when you actually hate somebody, that's what I think is just bad. Andrew said, imagine Biden having to unveil Trump's pick. I hope it's a dumb picture. Me too. I think that'd be hilarious. Or now, hear me out. Now, let's say Trump don't put up the Obama picture, then he loses election. Biden get in there. Now Biden got to introduce the Trump picture and the Barack picture, right? So like, what if he did something like just super petty, where it was like, it was like underneath it or something. Like it was like you got the giant Barack poster. You know what I'm saying? Something stupid like I actually got one of these posters around here, like something silly, like this giant poster board. It's gonna be like the Barack, you know what I'm saying, the Barack photo, and then directly underneath it, it's gonna be like the Trump photo. I can't. It's gonna be like the Trump photo underneath it or something. I know that's extreme, you know what I'm saying, but just anything to undermine them, anything to anything just to make them look bad, or I don't know, just let Biden be able to introduce both of them would be hilarious. Um, he's trying to erase his legacy. I mean, that's what he did. That's exactly what he did, and that's kind of how we ended up in this mess anyway. Was because Trump just came in there and he was like, "I don't care. I don't care. Like, he's not a politician, and ultimately, he don't care. He's rich. When he get done with this, he's gonna be rich. Like, he doesn't care." But he came in there like, "Look, whatever Barack did, I'm undoing all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what it is. If it's great for the country, I'm undoing it. Uh, if it's whatever it is, I'm just undoing everything he got his name on it. I'm undoing it." And that's how we end up where we are now. Just being spiteful for no reason. Erica also said, what if he had to choose one? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, like I don't know how it go. Like I don't know if it's paintings or if it's just a portrait. Like I don't know if they sit down for these pictures before they go. I don't exactly know how it worked, but if it was like a silly picture, man, that'd be the greatest thing ever, for sure. Um. Last thing I wanted to touch on before I get out of here, if I can. Oh, damn it! I just swiped it. Hold on. This is something that Angel had sent over to me a little bit ago. In Ohio specifically, Ohio House Bill 3. This is nothing that I don't think like this had nothing to do with us as far as voting, but it is like a new law that passed. Um, it's House Bill 3. Is named Aisha's Law. If you're anywhere in the city, Cleveland, um, you'll know that a couple years, 2018, I want to say, it was a lady. I think her name was Aisha Frazier. I want to say she's like a teacher that was like a victim of domestic violence, like over and over and over. And her husband was a guy that he used to be. I want to say like some kind of a politician, like on some city council or something like that. And he was just like beating this woman like a gang of times, and she would call the police and make reports. And I think one time it was like he like he was driving or something, and then he was like beating her as he was driving and like hit her out of the car, but they had the kids in the back or something. Like it was something crazy. And this dude ended up like he like went to jail or something and got out. Then he ended up like stabbing her and killing her, and then and he got arrested and got life in jail and all this stuff. This is 2008, so anybody around Cleveland, you might be familiar with the story. Anybody around the state, it made national news, so hopefully you guys heard about it too. But it's the bill itself is about domestic violence. It gives people. It says women in the articles, but people who are victims of domestic violence, like more recourse, like more protection. And I don't think it's like after your first time, but anytime like the police are called for domestic violence, you have the right to take it up to like a higher team if you feel like the police not doing enough to protect you, to request like a certain amount of protection. And uh, um, uh, so not like protecting from the police, but like if you just need like to get away, like a place to get away or something, that kind of a protection. It also charges, it like takes the charge of domestic violence from being like a wavering thing where you might be able to press charges, or a woman can say, or a person can say, I don't want to press charges or whatever. Like it takes it up to like where it get that out of there. Like, so the dude is a habitual person that do it. A judge can just order him to go to jail, like have a higher sentence and stuff. So that was passed today. Actually, I want to say it was yesterday. But still, it's never a bad thing to protect people, especially in domestic issues. Um, uh, It's House Bill 3 if you want to look up into any more information, but that's pretty much what it does. It just gives, it makes domestic violence more of a crime or a higher level crime. And then it also gives the people who are being abused more recourse and, like I said, a special group of people to look into the case if you feel like you need more protection or that, the police not doing enough. It is and it's taxpayer money. We paying taxes anyway. But it is a big chunk of money that goes into training, like a one-time fee that goes into training police officers and like response teams to to the new law and all this stuff like that. But it's it's well worth it, man. When you got something like that, like somebody that had been reported for domestic violence plenty, time after time after time, and not only because they were married, and not only because he was on the, like I said, some kind of a political person that he was able to get away with doing this stuff over and over without any significant jail time, and then end up murdering this girl, man. So I don't know. It's definitely a great thing to have in the back pockets of anybody that's going through any domestic violence stuff. So yeah, House Bill 3, Ohio. Do you want to find out more information? But that's it for me, man. So I want to thank y'all for joining us. Me, as always. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Thanks for coming to talk and hang out. Reminder: there's no show this Sunday, so this is all you get. This is all you get. So hopefully it was enough. I will see y'all probably next week, next Wednesday. But be on the lookout because we still got news coming down soon for sure. Be sure to check out the Epiphany Radio Rewind today. It is this is the last one. I'm almost sure this is the last one. So be sure to go check it out on all your streaming platforms, your Spotify's, your Google's, not your YouTube. I'm sorry, your Apple Music and all your other podcast places. It's the last one. And if you're missing us on Sunday, just go ahead and listen to some of the rewinds. Listen to some of the old shows. Go to YouTube and watch them. Let them play. Whatever you want to do is no problem. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Angel, have a good, safe holiday as well. Regina said cheers on the holiday. I mean, is it really a holiday if you don't cheers? A 3-day weekend? I know you're just not getting back to work, but trust me, I'll take these 3 days. But be safe. Have a good weekend. Everybody stay safe out there, and I will see you all next week. Looking forward to it. Salute to the city as always. We out of here.